Hey folks, we're back again with some more of this, the last installment of that wonderful series, the Blackwell saga. And we're back in the past with Jocelyn and the Countess Madeline. Now we have a brick, so we can smash the window. But let's have a look around at things first.
It's boarded up. No getting through there.
Go on, try it.
What do you know? Locked. It's covered with gunk. I can't see through it.
Okay. Wipe it.
Won't budge.
Well, smash it.
My host. My host.
Sorry. You say something?
Certainly nothing that matters any longer.
Wahahaha. Come on in.
I ain't lugging that home.
Oh, you don't want to steal a mirror?
Ugh. Stupid rain. I look horrible.
What do we got here?
Huh. Some kind of band. Danny and Linda Marconi? Never heard of them. Why would I want that? I've never even heard of those guys.
Because you can look all artsy and shit.
They're all from last season. No point. There's nothing my size.
Wow, you are some bitch. Oh, it's not my size. It's from last season.
I have no idea how that got there, and nobody can prove otherwise.
Indeed.
You crazy? I ain't picking up broken glass, even if I did put it there.
Wait, you just said you didn't.
It worked, didn't it?
Yeah, it
Better
did.
not. If anybody comes in here, I don't want that thing in my hands.
It's already been in your hands, though. Cheeky fecker.
It says to ring the bell if I need help. What do I need that thing for?
Alright, well, is this
It's
the
just a bell.
Ring it!
Danny? Danny, someone's out front! Danny, where the
shit,
hell
it's
are
Joey.
you? Sorry for the wait, ladies. My assistant seems to be out.
Hey,
What can I do
Joey.
for you?
So, fairly simple at least. He wasn't always tied to the Blackwells.
How
That's a
long
start.
are you gonna stare at that thing? It's getting dark.
Just one more. It has to be here.
What are you doing anyway?
A man was murdered last night in the middle of a major blizzard.
Believe me, I remember.
Right. So how come nobody else has?
Hey?
I've been checking on every local news website all day. There's not a single mention of it. I called the police myself. We know they know about it. They must have suppressed the news, but why?
I'm sure the cops got their reasons, and they can keep them. I don't care who plugged the guy. I only care about what happened after.
I know. So, the victim didn't have any identification on him. I was hoping a news report would give us his name, but it looks like we're on our own.
Well, something familiar at least. Let's go talk to our pet cop. Maybe he knows something.
I think it's kind of cool that we have a different view of her apartment now. Because it used to be where this was the side of the screen and we'd be looking at this wall the entire time. So it's nice to get a look around and see exactly how small and boring it looks. Very, very boring. I mean, there's nothing to it at all.
I've had it for years and it's only slightly coffee stained. It's an empty coffee mug. Why would I want to pick it up?
I don't know, I'm just clicking on things. Doing the whole adventure game thing, you know?
That dog leash used to belong to my neighbor Nishanti. She gave it to me as a souvenir of how we met.
Okay, is she still around?
It's frayed and chewed through. It's not good for much of anything. It's a portrait of Joe Gould. It used to hang in the Minetta Tavern. That painting is almost 60 years old and was never taken care of much to begin with. I shouldn't move it.
Okay. What do we got here?
The seagull statue used to belong to Lisa Tenzin. I'll just leave that where it is.
I don't really remember Lisa. I should, but I don't. Joe Gould, I remember him.
These were Auntie Lauren's favorite brand. I don't remember much from back then, but the smell reminds me of her. I don't actually smoke. It's a Gold Tech mug. I have plenty of mugs in the kitchen if I really need one.
All the little references to the last couple of games.
My old notepad. I went through dozens of these before I upgraded to this phone.
Come on,
The
kid,
notepad's
now.
full, and even if it wasn't, I use my phone to take notes now.
Yeah, I don't know. I use my phone to take notes from time to time too, but I find it very awkward compared to just writing something down.
We saw this in a flea market and Joey bugged me until I bought it. He still won't tell me why. There's no point. I can never find the right size tapes for it. These art tools belong to Claude Erdin. Everyone thinks he killed himself, but at least I know otherwise. I'm no artist. I'll just leave it where it is. I snuck this bottle out of a hospital room for a college kid named Susan Lee. Those pills expired 5 years ago. I'll just leave them.
Wow, all the memories.
Books on boat maintenance and navigation. I'm not making that mistake again. I've already read them, and I've got the digital copies anyway.
Why would you buy digital copies as well as the hardbacks? You're weird.
For months I expected the police to come breaking down my door, but it's been a year and nothing.
Midtown double homicide still unsolved. What was noted philanthropist and charity worker Gavin Cord doing at the home of Lisa Tenzin? Noted psychic and con woman? Oh, right, that's who she was. This is the question police have been asking themselves ever since they were both found dead inside Tenzin's home 6 months ago. Police investigations are continuing, but they ask that anyone with further information please contact the Midtown South Precinct. You know, she really should be worried about having all this incriminating stuff in the house. I mean, that's not too incriminating, but it would kind of prompt someone to ask a few questions.
This man's name is Danny Marconi. I only met him briefly, as a very old man.
Yeah, Joey's buddy.
It's a picture of me and a former coworker of mine. Jeremy was a friend, kind of. I never did get to know him well. Not when he was alive, anyway. Grandmother Patricia, my dad, and Auntie Lauren. I never met my grandmother. I don't think she was ever prepared for, well, this.
And there's Joey, watching.
This article is about the Meltzer Foundation. I suppose they did some good in the end, but the death toll was too high.
What happened to the Meltzer Foundation? Reuters reports that the Meltzer Foundation has closed its doors. The foundation was only recently the talk of the VC circuit. With their uncanny ability to pick winner after winner, it appeared they had the Midas touch. Through their efforts, they launched several careers in the arts, film, and science fields. The reasons behind the closure remain a mystery, as neither Paul Meltzer nor his co-founder and brother Charles could be reached for comment. Because they're dead, or at least they should be. Ooh. Thank God for the mute button. You people did not want to have your ears blown off by that sneeze.
There's no point in taking the poster around with me. It's a poster for the film Water Under the Bridge. It starred Frank Lyons. My parents' wedding. It's the only picture I have of them. They look so young.
And Joey does not look happy about being there.
Auntie Lauren and me. This was just before all the troubles began.
Nice little walk down memory lane.
The last article I ever wrote, and the first ghost I ever saved.
Freshman suicide at NYU campus. Joanne Sherman was an 18-year-old freshman studying political science at NYU. Her sudden suicide this morning has many school authorities asking why. She always had friends around her, R.A. Adrian Tucker said. Her suicide came as a total surprise. Indeed it did, to everyone except for moi.
I stopped updating this calendar around the time Joey came into my life. There's probably a connection there. I've pretty much stopped updating that calendar, especially since I can download 100 calendar apps on my phone.
Wow, she is such a pretentious bitch. Ooh, I've got my phone.
I bought that clock at a tag sale years ago. It doesn't work, but for some reason I can't get rid of it. I know it's broken, but I've had it for years. It stays.
Very sentimental.
Books on notable New Yorkers, all deceased. Never hurts to be prepared. I've already read them, and I've got the digital copies anyway.
Okay, what's
There's
in your
nothing
trash?
in there. I go through much less paper since I gave up writing. I miss it sometimes, but I just can't seem to find the time anymore.
Yeah, hunting down ghosts will do that to you.
Some articles I wrote for the Village Eye newspaper. I hated working there and the paper's been dead for years, but for some reason I can't take them down.
A bit of nostalgia never really hurt anybody.
It's a charging dock for my phone.
Well, stick your phone in.
I don't need to do anything with it. My phone's fully charged.
My old computer. I don't use it much since I got my phone.
Now, I call bullshit on that. There's no way your fucking phone is as good as a proper desktop, even if it is a little older.
It takes about an hour to boot up these days.
Well, maybe you should upgrade it.
Auntie Lauren gave that bear to me when I was a kid. His name is Griff, the PI bear, although he's more the geriatric bear these days. Sometimes I think about taking Griff down, but he's so old these days. I'll just leave him.
Okay, anything else? No, just Joey. So
I can't go to bed yet. I have a full day ahead of me. Or rather, a full night, but still.
Okay. Well, in that case, we'll just have a quick chat with Joey, and then we'll head off.
Got a sec?
You rang.
I've never seen a ghost so scared.
Don't remind me. Jeez.
Grace. Who is Grace?
Whoever she is, she's our only lead.
Okay.
You ready to go?
I don't exactly need to pack now, do I?
Okay, now just to have everything fully up to date, we'll go. We saw a man murdered last night, and his ghost was torn apart right in front of us. No mention of the murder in the news. Perhaps the police know something? The murdered man last night said the name Grace, and that she wasn't safe.
The ghost we saw last night said that Grace wasn't safe, and then he went.
Any of these? No, nothing new. Of course, we only have that photo. We could try calling Sam, but we're probably not going to get anywhere, so it's out the door we go.
Thank God the coffee stands are still open. I think I'm really going to need them.
It's your dime, sweetheart.
Okay, so that's home, and then we can go to the police station.
Oh, it's you. Had a feeling you'd swing by.
Yeah, well, your feeling was right.
Sam Durkin. I helped him with a case of his about a year ago, and then he helped me with one of mine. We've been paying each other back ever since.
Detective,
Uh-huh.
you found a Jane Doe at the Carth house, right?
Yeah, what about it?
Her name was Mary Meehan. She was an actress with the Gotham Collective Theater Company.
You sure about that?
Yes.
I won't ask how you know that, but we'll check out that name and see if you're right. At the very least, we can locate the family and tell them what happened. Thanks. I guess we owe you another one.
Damn right you do.
I caught the evening news today. There wasn't one mention of the murdered man in Chelsea.
That program hasn't been the same since they replaced that blonde anchor woman.
Nobody else talked about it either. Not online, not any other news program, nobody. You must have suppressed the news. Why?
Because we're the cops, that's why. Look, before we take this any further, why are you so interested in this? What makes this murder more important than any other?
What do I want to say? I'll be straight with him.
He was killed right in front of me.
And what, suddenly this makes it personal?
Well, kinda. It might have something to do with me.
Uh-huh. And why is that? Why is this murder so important?
He was looking for me.
He was? Why?
I don't really know.
Uh-huh. Did you know the guy?
No, I didn't.
So, how did you know he was looking for you? Wait, let me guess. You just do.
Something like that.
Something like that ain't good enough. What else you got?
Well, it should be good enough. It's me. I'm your friend.
You're the one who sent me there in the first place. That can't be a coincidence.
So, you think we sent this guy to your location to, what, get killed in front of you?
Probably.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
You don't get to ask me anything. You need to tell me why this murder is so important.
I was there. You know I was there. Surely I'm a suspect.
You think I'm crazy? I made sure your name is nowhere near this thing. And unless you give me a good reason, it stays that way. So tell me, why is this murder so important?
Well, got no other options but for you to just trust me.
You've trusted me before. Why can't you trust me again?
Trust has nothing to do with it. Look, I don't know what your deal is. I've never asked, and frankly, I don't want to know. But I do know that you've helped me clear a few cases. And once in a while, in return, I answer some of your questions. That's fine. Quid pro quo. It's not in the rule book, but it's how we get things done. But this case, it goes way up. We can't bring in anyone from outside. Not without a good reason. So give me one. Why is this murder so important?
I couldn't begin to explain it. It's more than just a murder, more horrible than just a killing.
Uh-huh. Any details on what that could be?
It
Nope.
needs to be stopped. That's all.
Sorry. I know we got an arrangement, but my hands are tied.
Fine, if that's the way it is.
For what it's worth, it's nothing personal. You got other questions, I'm here. Just don't ask about this case. You get me?
Yeah, I get you.
And while we're here, I'm going to blow on him.
No reaction. No surprise there with the weather we're having.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, Joey. I just needed you to do that because, well, I wanted to get the achievement. And hopefully I do get it, but...
Whoever drives this thing is gonna need a shovel to get anywhere. It's a ghost town in there.
Well, you'll fit right in.
Keep our friend busy. I'm gonna sniff around.
Not that I don't appreciate the company, but why the heck are you just standing there?
Oh, I was just admiring the brickwork.
A water cooler in case the scorching hot weather gets too much for you.
The brickwork.
It says authorized personnel only beyond this point. Fortunately, I think that only applies to living people.
Damn right it does.
At the bottom are the words Alex Silva, Commissioner.
I got no idea.
Before I go any further, I'm going to blow on this person.
No reaction. That's cops for you.
Whatever.
Yeah, they don't care about nothing.
Just a cop manning the front desk.
What's this?
Looks like some kind of duty roster. Nothing relevant. A modern gizmo. Probably some kind of phone. It usually is.
Pretty cold.
I don't even know what that thing does.
Isn't that what you're
Okay,
doing?
well, you know what? Head into the office here and see what happens.
What's your excuse?
Okay, we got a couple of desks, a couple more doors. Bulletin board, that's what we want to see.
Aha! There's our guy. His name is George Austin, according to this note. Looks like he lived on the Upper West Side.
Okay.
That's definitely the spook we saw. According to this note, his name is George...
Right. Well, while we're here, I'm going to have a quick
According to
look
the
around.
nameplate, this desk belongs to someone named Piero. I have no idea who that could be.
Right, that was... Mia Piero, who was the person who did the raid on the building we were at.
According to the nameplate, this desk belongs to someone named Disher. I have no idea who that could be.
No idea. No point in going in the elevator. Let's see this office.
Just a small interrogation room. It's empty.
Okay.
Just a small interrogation room. It's empty.
Okay, so I don't think there's really anything else in there, so it's time to get back to Rosa and get the hell out of here.
Waiting for a cab?
Don't know what surprises me more, that they make cops smoke outside or that the cops stand for it. Don't know what surprised...
Okay, well, let's get out of here.
Not in front of the detective. He already thinks I'm nuts.
Okay, cool. We'll go home. Now that we have the guy's name,